Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to ETF Investing Australia, the weekly overview show focusing on the week ending the 23rd of August 2019. And as always, we are looking at the exchange traded funds traded on the mighty Australian Stock Exchange. Hello, my little value hounds. This is Scott. I'm the guy that wants to crack your financial sky. I've been listening, I've been watching, and I know that there's a great majority of you guys out there that are scared to invest. Mainly because you think you're going to lose all your goddamn money. What I'm trying to do here is show you guys that it's not as hard as it looks. You know, I want to give you guys some more information and give you the courage to take those steps to create your own destiny effectively. So I hope that I can help you guys take that leap and start making, building your financial freedom and your financial future. Anyway, if you like what I'm doing and you think I'm adding some value to your life with these little videos, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Greatly appreciated. Have a great day and let's invest and crack your sky. Okay, everybody, let's cast our peepers over the ASX Top Performers. Top ETFs by 1 week total return. We saw BShares Global Gold Miners ETF Hedge MNRS up 4.9%. Followed up here by BShares Geared Australia Equity Fund. The code there is GEAR, up 4.6%. VanEck Vectors China New ETF. The code there is CNU in the third spot with a gain of 3.5%. Followed closely by VanEck Vectors Gold Miners ETF. The code is GDX, up 3.4%. Fifth position here, we can see the UBS IQ Morningstar Australia Quality ETF. The code there is ETF, up 3.2% for the week. Hopping over now to have a quick look at the top ETFs by 12 months total return. No surprise here, we can see the VanEck Vectors Gold Miners ETF. The code there is GDX, up 45.2%. Keep my dyslexic brain under control. Number 2, we have the BetaShares Geared Australia Equity Fund, GEAR, up 43.9%. Third place here, we have the BetaShares Global Gold Miners ETF Hedge, code is MNRS, up 42.8% for the year. Fourth position there, we can see VanEck Vectors China New Economy ETF, up 32%. 12 months total returns. BetaShares Global US Equity Fund here, currency hedge, code is ZYUS, up 30.8%. So I mean, you can still get that flavour of gold being a safe haven asset. It's up so much. People, for whatever reason, interested in the BetaShares Geared Australia Equity Fund. I'm not a huge fan of geared funds. That'd be one I'd be steering clear of, but then again, I'm not everybody. Okay, let's have a look at the ASX ETF Money Flows. So where the money's flowing. So top ETFs by 1 week flow, we see in number 1 position, we have the Core Cash ETF with the code of BILL. We saw inflows last week of 22.1 million. Followed up closely with the iShares S&P ASX 200 ETF, the code is IOZ. Third place there, we've got ETS Physical Gold, code is GOLD, $20.8 million of inflows. iShares Core Corporate Bond ETF, IAF's the code. We saw inflows of $12.2 million. Up there in the 5th place, we can see the BetaShares Active Australia Hybrid Fund. Code is HBRD. We saw $10.6 million of inflows of funds last week. Hopping across now to have a look at the top ETFs by year-to-date flows. BetaShares Australia High Interest Cash ETF, AAA, we can see $440 million of inflows to that ETF. Followed up reasonably close by Vanguard Australia Share Index ETF, code there is VAS, followed closely by the Vanguard MSCI Index International Series VGS, so that's pretty much a total global index there. So we saw $273.7 million in inflows year to date. Now, fourth position, we can see the Vanguard Australia Fixed Interest Index VAF, inflows of $273.5 million. In the fifth position here, we can see Beta Shares Active Australia Hybrid Fund, the code there is HBRD, inflows year to date of $249.3 million. So you can still see those broader themes playing out of gold focused, and also people looking for fixed interest through bonds and other different type of cash products. Quickly casting our eye over now the ASX ETF Trading Volume. So what's been traded most heavily last week. Beta Shares Australia High Interest Cash ETF AAA. We saw weekly average daily turnover of $12.1 million, followed up there by State Street Spider S&P ASX 200 Fund. The code is STW. We saw weekly average daily turnover of 11.6 million. Vanguard Australia Index ETF VAS comes in at number 3 there with $8.8 million. Followed up by Vanguard MSCI International MSCI International Series VGS. It's a bit of a tongue twister when you're not concentrating. Seen there $6.2 million, which is your average daily turnover. Fifth position here, we see the ETFs Physical Gold. Code is GOLD, Gold. $6.1 million, so average daily turnover of that one. So just jumping across now to have a look at the top ETFs by year to date, average daily turnover. You can see number 1 position, State Street Spider S&P ASX 200 Fund, STW is the code. We see year to date average daily turnovers of 14.5 million. Followed up by Beta Shares Australia High Interest Cash ETF, AAA is the code, $14.1 million of turnover. Vanguard Australia Share Index ETF, code of VAS, we see $11.1 million of year-to-date average daily turnover. iShares Core S&P 500, code of IVV, $7 million average daily turnover year to date. Followed up by the Beta Shares Australia 200 ETF, code of A200, year-to-date average daily turnover of $6.9 million. So let's have a look at the weekly highlights. We've covered most of these things already. So the gold miners saw the top end positive returns. I think they're sort of coming up a bit, the shine's coming off the gold, I should say. The Beta Shares Global Gold Miners ETF is a hedged fund, MNRS. As mentioned before, that was one of the better returners. It saw 4.9%. UBS IQ Morningstar Australia Quality ETF, as mentioned previously, that saw an increase of 3.2%. Over the year to date, gold miners and infrastructure strategies remain strong performers, like the infrastructure plays. The Van Eck Vectors Gold Miners ETF, code GDX, as we sort of touched on before, that one's up for 54.2%. MNRS, and that was up 42%. Infrastructure, we've got the AMP Capital Global Infrastructure Securities Fund, codes GLIN, that's up 27.7% for the year. Year to date, only 9 ETFs have had negative returns, so it's not too bad overall. flows over the week consisted of inflows of $180 million and outflows of 140 million. So that's a net of 40 million inflows, I should say, if that makes sense. Most inflows were into Australia cash and commodities. As mentioned, people looking for cash, fixed interest type products to supplement the fact that banks aren't really generating any interest at the moment. So ETFs gold would go to GLD, iShares, SP ASX 200 ETF, code IOZ, and iShares Core Cash ETF Bill. They all had strong inflows, as we touched on previously as well. The largest outflow was seen from BShares Australia 8200 ETF, code of 8200. So a quick little overview there, guys. Hopefully that information was useful, and we'll see you next week for the next overview. Yeah, so this is our standard disclaimer. We're not promoting any particular product here, purely informational purposes to give you guys an overview on the market and what's happening. We always need to do our own research, so you don't want to be buying one product just because you've only looked at one product, and also, you need to take your own personal financial objectives into account, and where needed, get additional advice from a professional. Hey, thanks for taking the time and sticking around to the end of the video. I enjoy producing these videos for you guys. I actually learn a lot of information myself. It keeps me up to date with what's happening in the market. If you like what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, also jingle the bell. That'll let you know when the next video is coming. Greatly appreciate your time once again. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Ciao.